Johan, hello, hello.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good, good. I must say that it's been an eventful day. I'm telling you, it's something so historic, that we're
Yeah.
busy with, and absolutely so beautiful. Hence,
Mm,
it's also 1 year of lockdown for South Africa. So it's such,
exactly. Yeah,
it's absolutely
I
beautiful.
know. Look at how
Yeah.
far we've come. Isn't that
Oh,
amazing?
100%,
Yeah,
100%. I mean,
yeah,
it's amazing how strong people actually are and the
yeah,
persistence.
exactly. I agree, and I've
Yeah.
absolutely loved listening to all the talks. I mean, I've just gathered in so much information. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I've loved it.
No,
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. And I mean, it's absolutely, so inspiring with regards to how much you can learn from, other people and just the general public and their questions.
I know. Fantastic, fantastic. So
Yeah,
you're going to be talking to a group of fabulous people in a moment about the bride and the bridal party. But in the meantime,
100%.
I am going to introduce you because you have been an absolute star through the whole process of
I know, thank you.
espousing
It's been a
becoming an
pleasure.
expert.
It's been a
Oh, you
pleasure
have.
to work with you. I mean, you
Well,
are an absolute legend in this
no.
industry. So,
We're all legends, darling. We're all legends.
well, one
But
needs to
Johan,
try.
Johan is an event and luxury brand expert. He's built a name for himself and his companies for the past few years. He has got an attention to detail. Wow, is what I'm going to say to that. He's got creative imagination, concept design. You've got contagious enthusiasm. My word, I've seen that over the last 3 months. You're currently a director of various companies. Johan Nungra's signature events, wedding planning. What else are you? RPM marketing, opulent models. Wow. I don't know. When do you find the time?
Well, my whole thing is if I'm not going to do it, somebody else is going to do it.
True.
And I think
Quite right.
it's all about passion, and it's all about loving
Yeah.
what you do.
Well, over
Yeah.
to you now to chat to these lovely
Well, I
ladies
can
about
say
the
exactly
bride
the
and
same
the
with
bridal
you,
party.
my darling.
So I think, are they there? Are we gonna? There they are. There's Annie McKenzie.
Fantastic.
Hi,
Hello,
Annie. Yolandi
how
from
are
Bella
you?
Bride. Lejean, who we've seen before today, looking gorgeous. Lejean. So I'm
Hi,
going to love
Amanda.
you.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And have a fabulous session. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Hello,
Ladies. Well, well,
everybody.
well.
Hi there. How are you?
Good, good.
I'm good, thank you.
How's it, Johan?
Fantastic.
How's everyone?
All
Hello.
good, honey.
Nice to meet you
Yeah.
all.
And you?
Likewise. Yeah, Lejean, it's like, honey, you haven't changed. You still look so flawless. Absolutely working.
That's a compliment. Thank you. After all the
Like,
running around we've been doing, thank you.
honey and Yolandi, don't mind Lejean. She's just, don't mind her. So, ladies, ladies, it's an absolute pleasure to be able to chat to you today and to be in your company. First of all, from us, I just thank you so much, for being part of this phenomenal platform. Like I mentioned to Amanda now as well, that literally today it's been a year, of lockdown for South Africa. And I think what's so phenomenal for us is that, today we're literally making history in the weddings industry. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's very exciting to be part of this platform.
100%.
Yes,
Absolutely.
very exciting.
Yeah. So, ladies, our topic for today is the bride and the bridal party. Now, we know that the daggers come out, when it comes to the bride and the bridal party. So, with regard to the bride and the bridal party, if we have a look at, Maid of Honor, this is an extremely stressful, topic for the bride herself. See, you're already laughing, Yolandi. I'm seeing you there. Because, being a bride, who do you choose? Who's going to be your maid of honor? I think it's difficult. It really is difficult because, if you've got a group of friends of 20 of your best friends, who do you select? So and then obviously the bridesmaids and so on. So yeah, I think Yolandi, give us a bit of more info. What's your feedback with regards to how should a bride select her bridesmaid? I know that's quite a difficult question.
Yeah, Johan, I have to, from personal experience, I think from when I got married 21 years ago, I can tell you that I had chosen a specific person to be my maid of honor, and that kind of very early on didn't work out. She couldn't commit to coming to the wedding. So due to her circumstances, I then had to make another decision. And really, thinking back now, I think you need to choose somebody that you are going to walk a road with in the future, that somebody that you can see is going to be part of your life for the long run, not just somebody who is your BFF in the moment, because we all know that does change.
Yeah.
And you really need somebody who is solid, somebody who's not insecure about themselves, because that is the first thing that comes out right in the beginning when they start bridal shopping. That it shows very quickly where, if there are insecurities within the maid of honor or the herself, it shows very quickly. So I think just use wisdom in who they choose.
100%. I couldn't agree more. I think it's one of those things where, you know, you look at, and especially with one of the things that you pointed out, that make sure it's somebody that's going to be there, you know, in the long term. And I mean, you know, it's a huge, you know, responsibility to be, you know, maid of honor or being part of the bridesmaids, you know, tribe and so on. So I think, you know, brides need to definitely, you know, take time, you know, don't just, you know, select randomly.
Yes, I agree. Also, you need to choose somebody that is not going to overstep their responsibilities. You want somebody who would know, actually maybe do a little bit of research and to see what are my responsibilities, how can I best support the bride on her day, because that, and on her journey to her day, because that really is her biggest responsibility, is her support to the bride. But also you don't want somebody who's going to completely take over your every decision making. I think that is also something she needs to consider.
Definitely. I wanted to ask you a question with regards to, you know, the bridesmaids' dresses and all of those goodies, the attire and this and that. Do you think they should all look identical, or what's your feedback?
Are you asking me, Johan?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think that the bridesmaids' dresses or the maid of honor should look alike at all. I think what you've got to do is, I think definitely from a photographic point of view, I think the same color should be throughout. But I do think that you've got to look at body shapes. And let's face it, all our friends are different body shapes. They're different sizes. You know, some are big at the top, some are big at the bottom. And you've got to adjust your designs you want the bridesmaids to also feel comfortable in the day without overshadowing the bride. But they've got to look comfortable, and I think you've got to design for each individual. And as long as you've got the same colors, I think then you've got a lovely theme going through.
100%. Lejean, darling, quick one. Do you think, with regards to, I mean, you're the expert in the makeup, yeah? Do you think that the dress and the bridesmaids' dresses, the gowns should all, you know, tie in completely with the makeup that the makeup artist is obviously going to be doing?
Definitely. I feel like the makeup has to complement the dress. Of course, if you have a busy dress, you want to go a bit more subtle on the face, still keep that dewy, fresh look. But if you've got a plain dress, you can be as expressive. So your dress is basically or your makeup, I should say, is an accessory to the dress and to the rest of the outfit. So it all has to tie in together, as long as the bridesmaids' makeup don't overshadow the bride's makeup, as we spoke about earlier as well.
Yes.
Then, of course, I do feel it has to be in unison.
100%. Then, ladies, any one of you can answer this question. I'm not going to pinpoint, otherwise I might get a WhatsApp just now. With regard, you know where I'm going with this. I can see the three of you. So, with regards to lingerie, why am I blushing? With regards to lingerie, the bride and the bridesmaid. Do you think it's important for the bride? I'm really getting hot here. Do you think it's important for the bride to, go all out, extremely sexy with regard to lingerie?
I do. I'm just gonna hop right in there. I do. I do. I feel like it's it's such a special moment in you guys' union, So obviously, I mean, we're all adults here. These kind of things, it's important, and I do feel that that kind of approach, lingerie, making sure you smell good on the night, having a good place, a good venue with a good honeymoon suite. I think it's the start. It's the start to a whole.
Okay, honey, we're stopping at Lejean. We're stopping it at the lingerie. I don't know where the honeymoon suite came from. Now you see the conversation we're headed.
I don't know. I had a lovely bride recently, and I showed her. We've got beautiful sort of negligees and kimonos and just beautiful things for the wedding night that would make you blush, Johan. And she was just very uncomfortable with that. And I think from my point of view, I think that. I think you've got to be comfortable on your wedding night in yourself. You've got to be able to be wearing something that you feel comfortable to put yourself out there. That's a big thing. And I mean, a lot of brides, even now, it's still their first night and it's a special night for them.
Yeah.
And you've got to feel comfortable. Even if it's coming off, you've still got to feel comfortable in what you're wearing. So I think it's very much personality based. I'm sorry, Lejean, I know you disagree.
Sure.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. I think this is a conversation that's making everybody flushed.
Sorry, are you getting hot there?
Yeah.
Oh, this is classic. So, Annie, whilst we've got you there, I mean, you're the expert when it comes to goodies like that. Do you think we should focus on the groom as well? Do you think it's important that the groom also maybe wear something, more flattering?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the groom should make a bit of an effort. A whole lot of the focus of weddings is on the bride and the bridesmaids and the maid of honor and all of that. But really, I mean, the groom's kind of left out a little bit. So I think it's really important that he gets something that is equally as appealing for the bride. That he also feels comfortable in. I think it's great. I think it's a two-way street. You've got to. I mean, okay, you wouldn't be getting married if you weren't attracted to each other, but it's important to make that special night special on both sides. I mean, yeah, you don't want him to strip off in his sort of wire fronts. That's not so exciting.
Yolandi, I wanted to ask you. I just wanted to ask you with regards to, responsibilities of a bridesmaid and maid of honor. Let's first hit maid of honor. That's, you get the bride and then you get the maid of honor, and everybody wants to be a maid of honor, and what would you say would be the top responsibilities for maid of honor to her bride?
So a maid of honor would normally be somebody who is a little bit more mature, maybe not in age, but actually in personality, that she would be able to, I think, just also foresee things happening. Maybe she's walked that road before and she has a little bit of experience of what it means to actually, walk the road of the journey of a bride. So maybe just somebody who's got insights into into the months leading up to the wedding. She obviously also needs to maybe keep a diary, a bridal diary, to phone the bride or send her a little message to say, remember, it's 3 months before the time. You need to make sure that you've decided on your cake. Just like little things. Have you booked your cake? And just really remind her of things that they might have gotten into the process of organizing, but actually pinning them down just to make sure that her journey goes smoothly. I think that's very important. And also taking the initiative with the bridesmaids to make special moments for the bride, to create moments that she's not necessarily expecting, but to create a moment a month before the wedding. You know how the girls do a little plaque 1 month before the wedding and post it all over Facebook or whatever, just to encourage her and to just have fun with her on the journey.
I mean, it's a celebration, not a funeral. So
yes, absolutely.
Can I interject here? I think one of the most important things for a maid of honor to do, and this is because of my wedding, is to watch the time.
Yes, absolutely.
No one watched the time at my wedding. I was so late; it was frightening.
Sure.
Oh, definitely.
Which
So
will not
important. And even from before the wedding, all those things.
Yeah, there's got to be someone watching the time and saying, okay, it's going to take 20 minutes to get to the church or whatever, and you've got to be, it's time to go now. No one was doing it at my wedding, so I was late.
So you actually need a project manager.
Yeah, kind of. The maid of honor
That's exactly what we call it.
I've been married for 24 years this year, and my husband, there's not a year that goes by he doesn't remind me that I was late for our wedding.
Oh, no.
So I think it's important for that chosen person to also work with the wedding planner, and maybe keep a contact with the wedding planner, so that there's just that she's got a team around her rooting for her, making sure everything happens smoothly.
And she should know the bride and know what the bride likes, know what the bride doesn't like, so that everything is done. Because a lot of the times ladies will, of course, be so indulged and start doing things that are mainly for themselves instead of for the bride. So someone that knows you, someone that knows what you like. And sometimes I find that sometimes it's not even a best friend that will make a good maid of honor. So with a wedding, I feel like you have to make an executive decision, even if it could be harsh. Just find that person that is reliable, that will make sure that you on time. We don't need anyone holding anything against the women. And someone that knows your style, what would you like, someone selfless as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Very important.
It's a big ask.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
and I mean,
it is.
ladies, if I think of, no, because I mean, even if you have a look at, with regard to the bridal party, we know with the hen nights, the ladies want to go party. They want to go all out, and I think that's also, extremely important, that you don't do it, the week before, the wedding and so on. What would your advice be, with regards to, taking the bride out? We know that the bridesmaids want to go and party and get all up there and, do their thing. So, what would your advice be?
May I say that I feel the bridesmaids that organize the bridal parties have to keep into consideration the relationship that the groom and the bride has. It shouldn't be something that's going to cause a lot of conflict in their marriage. If the bride and the groom have decided with each other that we don't want strippers, we don't want this crazy things, brides and groomsmen should actually take into consideration their wishes and respect that. So I feel like that's the one thing. If the bride doesn't want to go all crazy, doesn't want to get drunk, doesn't want to disrespect their union in any way, bridesmaids should respect that. But having fun, I'm all for that one.
I couldn't agree with you more, Lejean. I think taking into consideration who the bride is Yes, stretch her a little bit, put her out of her comfort zone, maybe a little bit, just and have fun in the sense of you really just want to have fun, but keeping all those things in mind. I think that's very good advice. Yes.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's great, and lots of photos. I mean, with mine they put me in curlers, and it was terrible.
Oh, please share them. Please share these pictures.
I don't think I've ever shown anybody.
It's in a secret box.
I can look back, and it was such a good giggle.
Yeah.
And that's
one of the things
That's what it's.
that I wanted. One of the things that I wanted to ask you with regards to losing weight and gaining weight and so on, you know, with regards to, check this one. She's already like.
That's not my food.
Yeah.
bad girl.
I don't think I can answer this one.
I just think there's so much pressure, you know, on being a bride, you know, and the perfect dress, the perfect day, the perfect, you know, I really just think my opinion is we all want to look good on our wedding day. We all know that. But, you know, just be happy. If you're comfortable the way you look, that's all that matters. You know, at the end of the day, we've seen so many different stories and heard so many different stories and seen so many, you know, shocking things out there. And I think, you know, it's from the Maid of Honor and the Bridesmaids to, you know, support and to stand by the bride, you know, because, I mean, that's her support team at the end of the day. And to know that, listen, yeah, honey, let's all do it. You know, if the bride wants to lose weight, let everybody jump in and go to the gym, go on a diet and this and that. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a very sensitive subject with regards to you know, a wedding and so on, because we know, I mean, I've, you know, seen so many of my brides where they put so much pressure on themselves, you know, and it's like,
and they get sick.
is it really, is it worth it, you know?
You know, Johan, I feel like that's where the dress comes in. I feel the bride and the bridesmaid should be completely open with each other, and they should have a relationship where they're able to be comfortable. If you feel you don't like your arms, don't wear a dress that's going to show your arms. If you feel you don't like the way your lower body looks, wear something flare. So the dress should complement the body. But I completely agree. Like, it's not necessary to put so much pressure on yourself to lose weight. You've got your whole life to do that. You got to eat. But at the same time, obviously being healthy, drinking lots of food.
So I'd love to answer a little bit of this. I think
save me with a treadmill in the background.
Yes.
I saw that, Johan.
You know.
So we all know that saying that a happy girl is the prettiest girl, you know, and I think that's so important. Is you can get so fixated on, or the brides can get so fixated on losing a specific amount of weight that it actually puts them in a state of being completely unhappy with who they are. So I think if she has the right support around her to say, look, honey, yes, by all means, tone, go to the gym, run, do whatever you do to be happy and healthy, and be a version of yourself that you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable, do something about it, but don't let it steal the joy of getting married, of walking down the aisle and marrying the person of your dreams. So I think it's an important point not to get too fixated on a specific thing, because it can just steal your joy right from under you. And what is it for then? Then you're going to be miserable on your day.
No, exactly, Yolandi. And I think also, you know, you can design a dress to take off a couple of inches here or millimeters here and there. You know, so I mean, that's the job of the dress, and you don't need to actually be fixated on your weight. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And thick is the new thing. I like.
Absolutely.
Well, honey, as we've gathered with this whole conversation, It's not about the dress. It's not about the makeup. It's about the lingerie.
Oh, of course. Of course. Every time.
All about the
Why are we
lingerie.
getting
All about the lingerie.
You
Reflect who
see,
you are.
I'm getting so hot here. It's not even funny. I'm going to open a window just now.
It's not showing.
Oh no, honey, yeah, but I take that.
Oh, okay, now it is. Yeah, no.
But ladies, we've run out of time. Yeah, we've got back-to-backs currently. I just want to say from my side, this has been an absolute pleasure. It was absolutely lovely chatting to the three of you. And yeah, hopefully we can grab a coffee or something very soon. Yeah, and just once again from my side, just thank you so much for believing in the spouse of the very first 3D Wedding Expo. And yeah, let's own it and let's make 2021 count.
Awesome.
100%.
Thank you so much.
It was lovely speaking with you, ladies.
Can I just say
Yes,
one thing is that for the bride, just remember you're the only person that knows what is perfect on the day. Nobody else knows what's perfect. If something goes wrong, doesn't matter.
Nice.
Nobody else knows. That's the most important thing for me.
Exactly.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Lovely to meet you
That's
all.
fantastic advice.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.